Francie was a neatness freak with a capital F. Everything had to be in order and in its proper place in her room. Her mother was the opposite. Scarves, handbags, plastic grocery bags, pantsuit ensembles, cosmetics, drinking glasses half full, plates with little pieces of hard-dried food stuck on them cluttered up her mother's living room. We walked through the mess as we made our way into the kitchen. In the corner, on the opposite side of the refrigerator, stood a wire cage with a large parrot in it. "Wow, that's a beautiful bird," I said. "What's its name?" "Table dancer." The parrot squawked and replied, "I'm from Brazil." Francie smiled and said, "See, Brazil, France." The parrot squawked again and danced around in circles on its perch, nodding its head up and down. "Carrots come from eastern Italy," the parrot replied out of the blue. "Table dancers learn some very strange phrases. Too much television," Francie said. "Come on, Pete. Let's get something to drink and then I'll show you my bedroom." I followed her through the less cluttered hallway to the back of the house where her room was at. As soon as she opened the rose-painted door to her bedroom, I smelled the same flowery scent like she wore emanate from the inside. It was a light and fluffy fragrant odor of fresh wildflowers and bright sunshine that filled my nostrils that afternoon in Francie's bedroom. I stood entranced for a second and then said, "Wow, what a difference your room is compared to the rest of your mom's house." "I keep everything stacked, clean to the point of spotlessness, and in perfect systematic order in my room. I don't touch anything out there." She gestured with a wave of her hand beyond her bedroom door. "That's all my mom's junk. She has to clean all that mess up herself. I never touch it to clean it up. My mom will probably clean it up one day, maybe next week." She laughed to herself and fell down lightly on her bed. I looked at the posters on her walls, lined up perfectly in 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, no more than an inch apart from each other, were posters of Tejano singers. Most of them were male with black cowboy hats and mustaches. They were all wearing tight blue jeans and long-sleeve button-up dress shirts. "You like Tejano?" I asked her. She sat up in her bed. "No, silly. I just like the posters." "You're perverted," I told her, and she let out a wicked laugh. "I get off to them," she kept on laughing, rolling around on her bed. "Hey, what's that? Your dad?" She sat up again. "Where?" "This picture on your vanity," I said. "Oh yeah, that's my real father. He died 15 years ago." "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." "It's okay. We weren't too close anyway." She stood up and walked over to where I was standing. She took my hand and said, "Pete, there's something I want to show you." "Okay." I followed her through the house once more, all the way to the back door. She stopped and turned around to face me directly. Her beauty was in her transparency. I stared right at her and saw through her, all the way to her soul. I could tell by her body language that she was about to show me something that was special and meant a lot to her. She took my other hand and held both of them in front of her. "Pete, what I'm going to show you, promise me you won't laugh or make fun of me." "I swear I won't laugh or make fun of you, unless this is one of your sick little tricks," I said to her, smiling. She opened the back door and led me onto the patio. There we stood in the sunlight together. I felt a bright, warm glow start to grow between us. Francie led me over to one side of the spacious patio where clay and plastic pots full of flowers and plants sat in abundance. Gladiolas sprouted out of an orange-tinted clay pot. Chrysanthemums bloomed in their eternal yellow brilliance. Olive green ferns. Pink petunias glowed. Orange-yellow petal pushers. Everywhere there was some kind of flora or fauna sprawling over the top of an intricately shaped pot, and some were just in plain 5-gallon buckets. With all of the bright greens and colors glowing before my eyes, I turned to Francie and said, "This is beautiful." "Thank you. I did them all myself. Most of them grew from seeds from Mexico, Pete." I put my hands gently on her delicate white shoulders and lightly kissed her warm lips. "You have a beautiful green thumb." "Pete," she said, shyly looking up at me, "you're such a fantastic dreamer." "We all are," I replied, holding her closer to me. "We all are."